welcome back. It's still Sunday. We're still working on settings. And trying to figure out what I need to change, right? So let's kind of step through this, right? So anywhere we are changing update Twitch status, temp Twitch enabled. Oh, I see. So when we're changing things, we're direct. So this is why we have temp and previous, because of the fact that we are directly setting settings manager when we make changes, so that they can then be reverted. Which is why like this on apply pressed doesn't need to do anything most of the time. Welcome back. You gonna go night? Okay. Have a good evening, a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so all this video setting stuff isn't relevant. Restore visual settings is relevant. Key bindings is not. Right, so yeah, that's true words, but it's fine. Previous Twitch message isn't set yet. So where is previous Twitch enabled set? When we load the current settings. Okay, great. Okay, and that loads the initial value. Okay. Let's just kind of trace through everywhere where Twitch enabled is, and we need to do the same thing for the welcome message. Except for, like, the callback here. Well, sort of. We do need to do something very similar in our callback that we're implementing here. Yeah, okay. So this is the thing. Temp thing, and then settings manager, and yeah. Okay. Let us do one other thing. Open a GitHub issue to refactor the settings menu and how we are handling the setting and resetting of settings in these different conditions. It is getting challenging to make sure to consistently add new settings to several different places in the settings menu Godot script. Something like that. Like, ideally things would be in such a state that it would be clear that I've added what I need to add the setting, but it's not. And so I just want to take a note. I'm gonna have Copilot write up a ticket, and we'll see what it says, and we don't have to do exactly what it says, but we'll note something down. In the meantime, okay, so we've added the setting. Now we want to use it. So in main.gd, what we want to do is we want to say if settings manager dot Twitch. Oh, we don't actually have a thing in settings manager, do we? Settings manager. This is the other side of that, right? Twitch settings for Twitch welcome message should be empty by default. Okay. Great. So this just makes it worse, right? Of like, okay, there's a bunch of things to do in this one file to tie the UI into the settings manager, and then there's a bunch of things in settings manager to do as well. Now, some of this is necessary, like there's some specific things we want to do with video settings where things get complicated, where it's like there's multiple things that need to be done to apply settings besides just putting them into attribute on the settings manager instance. Hold on, let's hide this for a second so I can see what's going on. I need to look at this file. Yeah. So we have like a setter for setting things, but we don't necessarily use it. Yeah. This goes into the column, like the bucket of problematic things. Okay, but otherwise, I think this is fine. We save, we load, we have it. And then in main.gd, we say, hey, if Twitch welcome message is not equal to empty string, that's cool, but that's not. It's just twitch.chat. Okay, there we go. So that will use the setting that we've just added. Okay, so before we go and test that, let's look at this issue. There's a lot of stuff in here. Probably what I need to. Sometimes it's helpful. Sometimes it's a bit much. Settings menu.gd manages settings through a pattern that requires every new setting to be manually wired up to at least 5 separate places. 3, 4, 5. Right. Plus additional touch points depending on setting type. Manually copy previous things. A dedicated thing. This means adding a single new setting today touches 5 to 8 locations and is easy to get inconsistent. Notably, debug check is notably not backed by a temp debug variable. It's not restored on cancel. Oops, that's a bug. Proposed refactor introduced the data-driven setting binding descriptor approach. So each setting is declared once. Menu iterates on the list to perform load. Okay. I'm not gonna look at it's whatever. We'll use it or not. But yeah, something like that should be done. Or I'm gonna add more bugs because we are likely gonna add more settings to the game. Okay. So that really means that issue that I just opened, I want to put somewhere like in a nearer milestone. Because if I don't, we're gonna keep on running into the same issues, right? So let's put that into phase 2. So we'll do that relatively soon. To be fair though, like the thing that we're working on right now with the Twitch integration was in phase 4. So I'm just gonna do whatever, whatever I feel like doing. It's just, you know, some ideas of kind of how I would prioritize things. Anyway, let's run the game. I'm go to settings, Twitch, enable Twitch integration, authenticate. Zom nom defense Twitch integration online on loan. Alright, sweet. So we start game. We play. Okay. Great. So sadly, I think it does that every time we load a scenario. I don't think that's what I want to do. That's interesting. All right, so when we go to the main menu, the main scene unloads, right? So this is it loading the main scene again. I guess the other thing that we could do is I don't know, actually. Okay. I'm gonna leave it for now, I think. We could move this to the main menu. So like all the checks and everything would be. So maybe I. Create a GitHub issue to consider moving the selected code from the main scene to the main menu scene, or somehow make it so that the Twitch status check and sending a welcome message happens when the game is loaded rather than when an individual scenario is loaded. But we're gonna move on, right? So we're gonna. Oh, yep. Thanks. We're gonna work on too many tabs. We're not gonna work on that, but yeah, okay, that's merged. Great. We're gonna work on. Right. I made a list. Hold on. Close all this. Here's our list. So, Twitch setting for message to chat when game is loaded. We sort of did that. And we're deferring the rest of the work. Initialization scenario became startup. Yeah, cool. Thanks. Okay, if I click this, does this open? Okay, let's put this in phase 3. I think it's a little too spammy to have it do every scenario, but I just don't want to deal with it yet. Okay, so let's commit all this, right? So we added our setting, welcome message settings and integration. So that's the first commit. And then we need to hook on to chat and listen for a command. And I think Twitcher has some stuff for us. Do I still have a tab with the docs for Twitcher? I got the docs for Tween. Twitcher. Okay. I think this is it. Commands. The Twitch command node is the standard way to create traditional prefix-based chat commands. Lurk SO. It handles parsing the command name, Validating argument counts and inherits all permission and cooldown checks from Twitch command base. This is the most common command type. It's designed to be triggered when a chat message starts with a specific prefix followed by command name. Chat message is received. No checks if the message starts with one of the configured command prefixes. Checks if the first word after it matches command name or one of the aliases. Okay. Add the node. Let me check something really quick. So the name, survivor name manager. For the priority queue, add name to priority pool. Cool. We already checked to see, hey, is the name in the pool? So we don't have to worry about like dealing with the command being spammed. We can specify aliases. So we can do that. So we can like have an alias of join or J or JQ if we want. Okay, usage examples. Configure the node in the editor. Add a Twitch command node to your scene. Okay. So I guess we'll do this in the main scene. Yep. Add shell node. Twitch command. That's nice. Command prefixes. Okay, that's just exclamation. Command is join queue. We can add some aliases, right? So we can add join and JQ. Join the queue to have your name have a survivor named after you. If I select nothing, what does that do? Set command to dice. Args min and max. Okay, so there's args min and max. Min is 0. Max is 1. Yeah, optionally. Yes. Optionally, give a custom name. Join queue. My full name. Or use your Twitch. Name in Twitch. Yeah, something like that. Okay, did it talk about... set user cooldown. I mean, I think it's good to always just have a cooldown of some kind. It can be 10 seconds. There doesn't need to be a global cooldown. Okay. And then we would provide a script to do things when the command happens. Oh, cool. And there is a from username. Very good. Very good. Okay. So, I'm going to assume that if I leave all this blank, it'll be fine. So we're going to save that, and then I'm just going to attach a script. Extend script. That's what we're doing, right? Hold on. Oh, this extends node. Does this work? Oh, we just... we create a separate node, I guess. Oh, here. We'll just do this in the main script. Right? Join queue command. Yeah, it's a Twitch command. Yeah, we should call it. We should give it a name that pertains to what it is. There you go, join queue command. Okay, and then we need a reference to Twitch chat. Not really, because we have Twitch already. Actually, for that matter. Twitch. Oh, we just have it as a global that we can access, right? So we don't need that. And then, yeah, we'll just make a function. On join queue command received. Is that like what we need? No. No, it is not. From username string info Twitch command info arguments pack string array. Okay, cool. Now, first of all, no, this is in the main script, so it should always be main dot something. Receive join queue command from username if there is a current scenario. No, we're not doing that's wrong. Incorrect. Survivor name manager. It's thinking. Come on, you know you exist. Oops. Add name to priority pool. Okay, not exactly. Okay, so we say var name from username. If argument size is greater than 0, take the name from the arguments and then use the name. That's it. Oh yeah, hold on. Rename that symbol. Survivor name. Right. Okay. So we do get like a boolean if this works or not. So you can't do that. Now one thing this does let you do is you can I think I'm going to change my mind on this, because if we allow custom names, you would be able to add infinitely many custom names with this. So let's not do that. Let us not do that. So we are going to change our mind about some things here. So no arguments. Just that. Okay, and then what we need to do is we need to go to signals. There is a command received, and we will hook that up to the function that we defined. There we go. Is that it? Let's look at the example again. So we're not handling arguments. We've just given up on that whole idea. We are not going to worry about... I guess we could handle invalid arguments. But I can't be bothered. Like, we could provide message... Like, put messages into a chat if things aren't right. But I think that's fine for now. So these other, like, connections connect those other signals that we're not caring about. Okay, so theoretically, if we run the game, as long as the main scene is loaded, so like from here, you're not able to join the queue. This is something that will be actually, hold on. Let me take a note. If we can move the registration of the Twitch, like all of this, to an earlier application level point, so just maybe you seen auto load so that Twitch setup runs once. Considerations. Yeah. So another consideration here is the Twitch command nodes in the main scene and their signals and handlers will also need to move. Right, because it's the same issue of like the Twitch integration only is active and responding like that. The join queue command is only a thing that's loaded once we've started, right there. So I can pause. So if I do join queue, no luck. Join queue. Nothing's happening. Interesting, client was disconnected. Connection was closed. So that didn't work. So it's able to send a message to chat. Let's just no pausing. Nothing. Nothing is happening. What a shame. Okay, what am I missing here? Back to the docks. And received invalid cooldown. Okay, so this is just hooking up signals. Configuration. Releases args command description. Okay, allowed users where? Double check that the config is right here. Chat. Yep. Okay. Seems right. So maximum number of arguments allowed. -1 means there's no upper limit, so 0 should be fine. 0, 0. Aliases, command prefixes. Okay. Prerequisites, add the node. Message source. The node requires a source for chat masters, typically provided by a configured Twitch event sub node in your project. Ah, we don't have a Twitch event sub. So that'd be why. Event sub. Yep. Okay. Okay. So just that? Let's just try it. Okay. So I don't know. Hopefully this will work even if I'm paused. It seems like it's not working. Connected. Okay, so some interesting things happening there with pausing. Huh. Okay, well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. We'll explicitly set that. I will also start the game and not pause it. Okay, so still nothing? Yeah, connection unused. Okay, okay. Okay, so Twitch command node, event sub node. When not set, it will automatically take the first Twitch event sub node it finds in the scene. So I mean, we didn't have to set it, but we set it. Event sub. Twitcher includes a convenient visual tool within the editor designed to simplify the process of configuring event subscriptions. Okay. Oh, am I supposed to do things on event sub? Ah. Okay. Channel chat message. Okay. Is that it? We're not getting events for event chat messages? We shall see. We shall see. Ooh, that's looking promising. So if I do join queue. Nope. No, why? Okay. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Sure. Is this the wrong thing? Stream offline, online, channel goals, channel share, charity, VIP, suspicious prediction, poll, channel points, guest stars, subscribe, chat notification. Is that what we're after? Oh, I see. We could set things here. I don't think we want to though. Okay. Connecting, connected. Let's try the command one more time. Nope. I don't have some kind of typo in the command. Join queue. Maybe I did need to set this. Nope. Does nothing. Okay, it reconnected. Try again. Nope. I'm not giving up. Gonna make this work. Allowed users, limits the chat rooms so that those can be blank. Event sub we picked. Something else here, maybe. Like I feel it should be this one. So if I go click this, and hopefully, there we go. Okay. So. Chat channel message, channel chat message. The channel chat, oh no, I lost it. Channel chat message. Any user sends a message to a specific chat room. Okay. Chat. Notification for when an event that appears in chat has occurred. Okay. So this is new. Okay. Wait, hold on. Suspicious user, sure. Okay, you would think it would be this. It's weird that it's new. It's new to the event sub stuff. This subscription type sends a notification when any user sends a message to a channel's chat room. Requires user read chat scope from the chatting user. If app access token is used, additionally requires user bot scope, which we're not. Either channel bot scope from broadcaster or... Okay, if apps access token is used, then all of this stuff. But it's not, so it doesn't apply. I believe we have user read chat in the scope for the token. There is a condition that's specific to this message. For channel chat message condition. Oh, I see. The user ID of the channel to receive chat messages events for, the user ID to read chat as. So that would be my user ID for both. So how do I do this in a way? How? How do I do this? How did you get there? Metadata? I don't have those things. So thinking. So here's what we do. We delete this. In the main script, there's another thing that we'll have to move later. Let's also get a hold of the event sub. Twitch event sub. No, don't make it. Is it called that? It is. Great. So if Twitch is enabled, we're going to do some things. We're going to do all this, and then we're going to set up event sub to listen to chat. No, that's not what I'm doing at all. Twitch event sub dot doesn't know. We're looking for subscriptions. Okay, cool. Do not. Control clicking that was not working, but we can get there. We can get there. So this is Twitch event sub. Has a bunch of signals. It should have just looking to see if there's like a method or something we should call. Subscribe. Takes a Twitch event sub config. Okay. Twitch event sub config dot new. Okay, so we have a resource. There's a static create. Okay. Not sure why we would do that, but okay. Sure. Do we think this is channel chat message? Yeah. Is it real? Maybe. What is me? Oh, I have a me. Great. But both conditions are required according to the docs. So I think it's just user ID is also me. Great. Hold on, where did that window? We have too many windows. Yeah, it's user ID. Okay, get rid of that. Let's try again. What else are we gonna do? Let's keep on trying. Try things until it works. Okay, so may I please JQ? No? No? Didn't like it. Okay, let me join queue. Nope. Okay, so let's look at the remote tree. Figure out what's going on here. Is there something where, like, we have this... Oh, we have an event sub on Twitch. Maybe... Ooh. Okay. So I'm going about this the wrong way, I think. So we have subscriptions, but it's empty. So in the auto load, there are no subscriptions. But what this tells me is a couple things. One, what we should do is we should do twitch.event sub event sub.subscribe. Then stop the game. We get rid of this. And that stays cleared. It should find it in the scene trait because the auto load is present. So we run that, and maybe this will work. Womp womp. Yeah, so no, there's no key event sub in the node switch service. Okay, great. This. Oh yeah, it's just called event sub. I was right the first time. Let's try again. Some stuff. Join queue. It works. Amazing. I think Sabin, your survivor named Sabin, has been added to the priority pool for the next scenario. Some implications there. One is, I think, that if we failed the scenario, the name would not get saved. Should the priority pool for the survivor names be... No, I think it should be specific to the save. I think it should be specific to the save. Yeah, I think thinking about how this should work in general, I feel like, and like seeing lots of like Rumble TTK and other kind of Twitch integration stuff in the past, that feels right. Maybe. I don't know. There maybe have an option to have a global. Could also be good. It depends on kind of if the pool is like for this run, or is it like bigger than that. If it's bigger than that, maybe the issue is that the you shouldn't have this turned on, and you need some kind of other way of injecting names. Which does make me think that it might be good to be able to reserve this command for, or we could have a separate command. It's like mod and above only to put names into the queue, and then you could turn one or the other command off and on. So I think in the let's trim. Hold on, I wanted that tab. Let's go back here. So one of the things I said here was, yeah, I do want to add a settings toggle, but I don't want to do it as part of this. So let's do this. Let's save this. Let's create another issue. Yeah. Create a new GitHub issue to have a setting to enable or disable viewer submitted names for the survivors. This pertains to issue 202, which implements Twitch integration viewer submitted names. But in that issue, we are just enabling that as long as Twitch integration is enabled. Whereas for this feature request, we want to be able to disable just that command. And in the meantime, let's commit this. There we go. Integrate Twitch join queue command and event subscription. It sort of works, as you can see. I think if we look at the running game and look at like the look at the remote tree, and we look at so we would need to look at the survivor name manager, and we'll look at the priority pool. There I am, right? So it is getting in there, and it should work, right? I guess, let's go back to the main menu, right? It's still there. If I start a game and I play, there I am, they're saving, right? And now the pool size is empty because we took the name, and now there's 2 profiles. There's Robin and there's Sabin. Ta-da! All right, cool. Well, yeah, subscription already exists. Anyway, that should be sorted out by moving the like all of the setup stuff up a level. But okay, so that's issue 202 that we are doing. Oh yeah, hold on one second. One last thing in chat. New issue that we're gonna create. Implements viewer submitted names. Streamers. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Allow that. And we'll put that into milestone 4 with the other things. Whenever I get around to creating it. What happened? Failed. Okay. Great. It tried to put it into a milestone that didn't exist. Yeah. Put that into 4. And then let's open a pull request for the work that we've been just doing right now. Okay, we're a little conflicty. Let's okay, so we did these things. Great. Git pull origin main. Yay, conflicts. We love conflicts. Current change, please. Okay, cool. Git push origin saving issue 202 force. Great. Twitch join queue command. There we go. Edit that. Have Copilot generate a summary for us. There we go. There we go. Okay, and I'll enable auto merge. So once the unit tests all pass, this will merge in, and that's, I think, as much as I want to do for the Twitch integration for now. I think there's a lot of ideas for other stuff to do, but I want to kind of move other parts of the game along. So that'll be it for now. Okay, make sure that I don't have any leftover stuff. Sometimes when you close the editor, it's like, oh, well, let me save out some things. Okay, and we'll go back to main. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today. I want to thank you so much for hanging out. And hope that this was enjoyable. We're going to go find someone to raid. So let me do this. Let me switch over to the outro. Yeah, there we go. All right. So again, thanks so much for being here on Sunday morning. I hope next stream will be Tuesday evening, doing some more Minecraft, and then maybe get back to Alchemy Factory. Get back to it. We've had one stream of it, and we missed last week. But maybe get back to that. So yeah, more streams coming. But yeah, anyway. Thanks again. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and let's find someone to raid you.